long live. Just want to kind of come on here, give a quick take on the Atlanta Braves, the story on the Atlanta Braves. Brian Snitker, the manager for the world champion Atlanta Braves. He helped lead these guys to a championship that we haven't had since 1995. One of the best organizations. He was one of those guys that was under the legend Bobby Cox. And the Atlanta Braves this year did not put up a very good record. And my own girl, Sandra, love her to death. Like I said, she's one of the people that's in the background, has been keeping me up on a lot of the Brave stuff as well as Georgia Bulldog stuff. But Brian Snitker will not return as the Atlanta Braves manager. The Atlanta Braves had a record. They were fourth in the NFC East, but in National League East. It was 76-86. 20 games out of first. Good God Almighty, I even hate saying that. The home record had a losing record at home. That's interesting in its own right. 39-42, 37-44 on the road. They got in the last 10 games, it was 7-3. Kind of got off to, ended the season well, which is a good thing. Shout out to Charlie Morton for retiring as an Atlanta Brave. That was a great moment for him. And like I said, Charlie Morton is one of the great guys in baseball, but he is retired. Don't know what's going to happen with Chris Sale. I'm positive that the Atlanta Braves are going to make some moves this offseason. I think there's a question whether or not the shortstop position as well. And then you have Ronnie Acuna. I think Ron Acuna, he'll be back for the most part doing his thing. Not that he's going to go up, but just saying it can add to it. You got the first baseman, Matt Olson, continue to do what he does. I think the outfield need to get a little bit more consistency from Michael Harris. He started off pretty bad, but ended up getting off to ending the season well and finding his stroke. I believe Chipper Jones had a lot to do with that and help. I don't know who's going to be the manager for the Atlanta Braves, but I know that Chipper Jones doesn't want to be the manager. I know he wants to be a part of the Atlanta Braves. Also, shout out to Ron Washington. He had a heart issue that he ended up, causing him for the most part to be fired with the Angels. One that helped, it didn't help the situation. The organization still kind of, up and down in a way, but he will not be returning as the manager there. And a lot of Braves fans want him back, including myself. But only if he's healthy, man. I want to see Ron bounce back, but he had to get healthy first. But this has been the news from the Atlanta Braves aspect of things. And like I said, man, Brian Snitker will not be retained as the Atlanta Braves manager. He is not returning. Look at that's all right. So no, that's not it. I just got the highlight of that story. It's saying they're unsure about his return, but it's just came out. Just bear with me for a second. I forgot about Ozzy Albies, suffered a broken bone in his left hand, in his season, and but yeah, I don't know who's going to replace him as the manager. But that, all right, this is Jeff Pazon. Like I said, it just came out. Jeff Pazon, I hope that I'm saying his name right. Brian Snitker would not return as the manager of the Atlanta Braves. Sources tell ESPN He informed the team of his decision yesterday. He will remain with the organization as a senior advisory capacity. So that is the gist of Brian Snitker as the manager for the Atlanta Braves. He will not be returning. So you guys continue to support your boy here at Man Mike Sports. But Brian Snitker is out, will not be retained, will not come back at the Atlanta Braves. And quite frankly, my dear, I'm just gonna be real. I'm happy as hell because I never really cared about his managerial style. I think for the most part, he got a lot of leeway when a lot of guys on the staff deserved that. I thought Ron Washington was a guy that the organization should have given a little bit more thought, but the timing with that was not right. It wasn't the right time for that. But at the end of the day, man, Brian Snitker, Jesus Christ, I'm just glad he go. One thing that pissed me off about Snitker, and it really pissed me off, this son of a bitch decided he wanted to get mad knowing damn well he was on the way out. Like, we saw Ronald Acuna getting hit in the head, like people throwing balls, especially the Marlins. The Marlins have been known for throwing at this dude all the time. All they do is try to throw at Ronald Acuna. And for years, he did nothing. He just allowed. And then something happened where Matt Olson ended up getting kicked out of the game, and he wanted to get hype and hot and bothered. I'm like, bro, it took you. Now you want to get upset? Like, now you want to get upset and get thrown out of games? Like, come on, bro. Like, they throwing at your best player. One of the best players in the damn league. All right, one of the best players in the damn league. Hitting him damn near, could have done some real good damage because you know about them damn, pitches. People getting hit in the face and all this type of stuff with baseballs. And they doing this purposely to Ronald Acuna and doing nothing. And then at the end, you want to get upset and throw it. Man, look, that's one thing about Brian Snitker that really pissed me off. In my opinion, he did not take up for his players. He would always take it to the media and, try to, it's not that big of a deal, blah, 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 and just how the baseball. Look, no, motherfucker. If you threw that Chipper Jones, if you did anything to Greg Max and all the best players for our team, that's your ass, Mr. Postman. And I had a major problem with that. And that's just like I said, that's just my take on him, man. Man, yeah, look, he was always a soft little bitch to me. I'm not taking that. You're not throwing at my best player. You're not throwing at Ronald. Period, point blank. And it pissed me off that he never did anything about it. He would just sit there in the dugout with a stupid face. While Ronald Acuna getting mad, the team getting mad, and he would just never do anything. He would always try to take it to the media. Man, fuck that. Look, have one of your players come in and throw at a son of his head. Nope, no retaliation. It pissed me off. So, like I said, man, that's just my take on this son of a bitch, Brian Snitker. But I am forever grateful for his run and pulling all the right moves for the Atlanta Braves to win the World Series. And like I said, Ronald Acuna ended up he hurt that year, but with that team, you got good God Almighty, they had so many guys on there. Freddie Freeman, so many guys off that roster, off that team was just pulling it was all the right necessary moves. But I'm forever grateful for that run. That he was able to give us fans one time, but hopefully we'll bring in somebody. I don't know. A lot of people are saying Walt Weiss is a guy that they probably want to bring in. AJ Evans said Rick Kranitz. We'll see about that. Matt Walt Weiss is one of those guys. But like I said, so far, man, they could have ended the season and given up, but the fact that these guys continue to play hard, even though they was out of it, like you still know that these players, they love to play for this team, and I think that's the thing. So Double A got to do some good. He got to do better at getting some guys in that bullpen, revamping the pitching staff. For me personally, so many injuries going in this season. But like I said, man, this has been your boy Man Mike with a quick Atlanta Braves news. Like I said, this is breaking news out of baseball. Again, Brian Snitker will not return as the Atlanta Braves manager. So with that being said, hit that subscribe button. Head over to my dear friend Cassidy McMahon at the Braves Anatomy. She will give you more. She will give you more breakdown on this moon coming up real soon. You can also find her on Twitter as well, the Braves Anatomy at Cassidy McMahon. I tell you, man, she's one of the most brilliant baseball people out there. I learned a lot for her. So again, that's all I got to say about it. Hit that subscribe button. Continue to support your boy here at Mad Mike Sports.